Hi everyone, welcome to another In Details. This week with my friend Motion Symmetry, or Edgar Ed. And as you guys know, usually do your questions. We'll try to answer them while we speak about whatever it comes out. So yeah, let's begin. So how have you been, Ed? Like, how are things in Wales?
Hello. Hi, everyone. Uh, Thanks for the invitation, first of all.
Oh yeah.
Uh, yeah, you're doing a great thing on this little Twitch project, honestly.
Thank you.
Quality stuff. So, yeah, thanks for the invitation. Uh, Things are okay, to be honest. Yeah, just routine of the lockdown, to be honest.
Yeah, everybody home.
Nothing,
Yeah.
yeah, everyone's at home everywhere. So, yeah, nothing special's happening. But, yeah, it's all good. It's all good.
Yeah. Oh, but yeah, you still have to work, right? Like you still have to go. In your case, you have to move on to work because you cannot work remotely, right?
Yeah, it's one of those jobs when, yeah, I gotta be there. So, yeah, to be honest, not much changed, yeah, work
Yeah.
wise and stuff like that. So, yeah.
Yeah. No, I imagine. Yeah. Well, I work from home majorly, so I didn't had much difference in terms of staying home, but it's kind of painful sometimes. But well, it is
What
what it
what
is.
what do you do these days? Remind me.
Yeah, I'm doing
We
freelance.
had this
Yeah,
conversation
we had
before.
it
Didn't we?
like many times, I think. But no, I'm doing freelance work as a consultant for customer service and after sales improvement, implementations, and stuff like that. So
What
basically,
company? Because I'm sure you mentioned that before.
yeah. So basically, I'm right now. I'm working with a Portuguese retail company that the majority of their sales it's IT components and mobile phones and stuff.
Uh,
So a little bit like what? Let me see, like a UK version of this. I can't remember. Well, like old school Dixons maybe, but more
yeah.
IT.
No, I got the idea.
Yeah.
I got the
So
idea.
I'm kind of
When you
help
did
them.
mention, I kind of remember now. Yeah,
Yeah,
so
yeah. So yeah, but it's cool. I like what I do. I wish I could be with people because handling those kind of stuff is not that easy, honestly. Meetings and stuff. So yeah, but it's okay. I don't mind being home. I'm a guy who likes to be at home, so totally fine. But
yeah.
yeah, and like I was thinking, like now that just like I do this with with everyone, like how the hell did we meet? Like I think it was because I played a track of yours in one of my podcasts. I don't remember actually.
That's a good question. Yeah, I think something to do with that.
Yeah, I
Uh,
think so too. I
I
don't.
won't, I won't remember the track or anything
Me
like
neither. No,
that.
me
But
neither. Me neither. I think
yeah,
it
it was
was.
something through some sort of promo, wasn't it?
I think so. I think it was a
Of some shit.
promo. Yeah, I think it was a
Yeah.
promo. Then that I said, yeah, cool tracks and shit. I'm gonna play it, and then I played it on the podcast, and I think we started talking, or I don't know, man. I don't know. I really don't know. But yeah, it kind of ended up. I remember it was something like it, like some kind of thing about I play me playing a track of yours or a promo or sorts. But then we just kind of let it flow, I think.
Yeah. Yeah. I don't know. I think we are from kind of different parts of the world. Not that different, but
Not
they are
that
different. You
different.
know what I mean?
Yeah.
But we do share quite a few views regarding the scene and
Yeah.
stuff like that, which some of them probably we shouldn't mention
Yeah.
here. You know?
Yeah. Well, normally, like with past guests, like with Norbeck and Temudo, we actually talked a little bit about that. But yeah, we try to keep it clean in a way, make it healthy. Because well,
Yeah, no dramas.
yeah, no dramas, because I think everyone knows about how things go these days. So mentioning it again, it's just making it worse. I think like mentioning those things, it's like just giving it more importance to rotten stuff that we should just ignore and move forward. Like at least I think that way.
Yeah, no, totally, totally. I just try to stay away out of that in any event, and and yeah,
Yeah, yeah,
just
yeah. And the funny thing that like the thing that might connect us much more is like, okay, you're from Wales, I'm from Portugal. Both of our countries have very small scenes or practically no scene at all. And basically what we end up leaving, it's like what happens in the other countries' scenes. Because like how much techno parties do you have in Wales like normally?
to be honest, Portugal to Wales is like Berlin to Wales. So you got my drift, didn't you?
Oh,
I mean, yeah, it's. I'm not originally from here, but
yeah, I know.
I've been living here for like last 10 years, and yeah, I'm still looking for the person to share, my knowledge and my interest in techno here because people are into different things over here,
But
which is okay. Everyone got their own, I don't know, preferences, I suppose, and stuff like that. But yeah, techno scene is close to nothing over here. There are, a couple of promoters working in capital, but again, it's more, towards the mainstream techno scene, if you know what I mean.
yeah. Not
Nothing into,
yeah.
deeper
Yeah.
kind of electronic music. So
Yeah.
yeah, yeah.
No, but yeah, but still, like I don't know, like I had the impression. Okay, I knew that the Welsh scene for our kind of music and the techno we enjoy is not that big. I imagined that, but I'm quite curious because I never asked this, and I think you are the only guy living in Wales that does techno that I know actually. so the thing is.
Same as me. That's why I'm the only person I know myself.
Yeah, that is super curious because like I can't imagine that there is like almost nobody or like you're the only one doing this in Wales because okay, I get it, maybe like from like all the UK like drum and bass and garage and all those stuff still and dubstep still are the top thing that people enjoy. But the past few years, I like to see the way UK changed in terms of music. Like they went a little bit more techno as well and stuff, and I thought that also went into Wales as well. But seems not. Seems like you're the only one there. You're alone in that mission.
So, it's not that bad. On the other hand, they got 3.5 hours drives. That drive. That's all it is up to London. And there's everything up there. But I don't know. Going back to Wales, I don't know. I don't know. It's. I suppose it's supply and demand. If people don't need it, they don't have it. If you know what I mean. There's no market for it.
Yeah,
And yeah, like I said, it's mainly the mainstream stuff, and then yeah, you get decent drum and bass parties.
yeah.
I don't know, dubstep garage as well, which I'm not into that.
Me neither.
But but yeah,
No, yeah, but
it's
that
just not many options. I don't know. I think it's down to the market, to be honest. Like I
yeah,
said, it's
yeah, but like yeah, I know you are okay for the last 10 years you've been into Wales, but I keep forgetting like before Wales you were already in the UK or you were in like in Poland or in I don't I never remember from where you started from where you arrived now. Uh,
yes. I was born in Lithuania, so
yeah.
that's where I came from to Wales. I lived in Dublin before years ago for a little while.
Okay.
But yeah, Lithuanian scene is not much different, to be honest. There is a scene of some sort,
Yeah.
techno scene, to compare to Wales. But again, it's so little, it's just a handful of people doing something
Oh
in
yeah.
regards to, techno, deep, deep techno and stuff
Deep
like
techno
that.
and stuff, yeah, because that's the thing. Like for the viewers who don't know, like Ed is more into the deeper side of techno. Well, that I also love it as well. But yeah, you are much more into that the deep mental area of techno to say, and it's quite curious because even that in the UK is not very explored. Like people prefer much more the warehousey bangers technos than deeper stuff as well, which you even reduce it more your filter for the music you like and have to see.
Exactly, because I'm on the edge with ambient stuff as well.
Yeah.
It's somewhere in between. although I'm really surprised that not many people doing ambient stuff in Wales, because nature over here is amazing.
Yeah.
I don't understand how people don't get inspired by that. Although I have met quite a few people, like random people on SoundCloud who messages me from somewhere around Wales.
Yeah.
Actually, yeah, doing ambient, but that's about it. Like that's about the ambient scene in Wales.
They just ask you stuff, and then they disappear. Ed, okay, some people are asking if you can, but it will be a little bit hard because Edgar is on the mobile phone, so
No, I
putting
got a PC in front of me. I'm actually at the
no,
studio.
but that's the thing. No, it's because they think your mic is a little bit low. Let me try and see if I can do something here. Wait, let me see if I can do something here. Oops, not this. I might be able to increase your sound. Uh, okay. Can you do 1, 2, 3?
1, 2, 3, 1,
Okay,
2,
it's
3.
better. It's better. Okay, so people now you cannot complain. So, but yeah, but it's nice to see that even on such a non-existent scene, you keep doing stuff and keep doing music and most of all, I love your project, Enfree, the label, and it's good because when I started as well here in Portugal back in 2005, there was also not much big of a scene in terms of techno and stuff, and through the years it started to boom. So I do believe that maybe in some years Wales will have like more people into techno and maybe some parties after this lockdown shit and all. So let's hope for that.
Yeah, well, I don't know. It's still for me. Like I said, I'm not originally from here, so it's
Yeah.
not about the Welsh scene as well. It's I look more globally.
Yeah, we should. Yeah.
And plus, like I said, I'm just 3 hours, 3.5 hours drive from London, which is a massive scene for everything.
Yeah.
So, but then again, yeah, I don't know. I don't know.
Yeah.
It's
No.
it's, it's this lockdown, isn't it? It
Yeah.
messes things up. I had so much plans, as we spoke with you earlier.
Yeah.
You had loads of plans as well
Yeah.
last year, and a couple of gigs, here and there, just to get back into it, because I haven't been DJing for quite some time now, and it was this year when I was on about to get back into it, but it just didn't happen.
It didn't happen. Well, you should do
Yeah.
like me, man. You should see what Twitch is capable of doing because actually, it is a nice place, man, and people do enjoy. Especially people like us who do music. And as that you also do music with machines and stuff. Plus you also mastering, which is very cool. And people do like to see the process, and they enjoy seeing that. So maybe you have like, I know you're busy, and that's the question that I want to ask you afterwards. But yeah, like it is not the same thing as DJing real life, of course, or doing live act real life, but it in kind of a way you kind of connect with people, and people do enjoy it, and that helped me cope a little bit better, knowing that last year I lost kind of many gigs. So yeah, it's a cool thing, man. I always tell this to everybody, like, why don't you try, like, maybe try once and see like if it's for you or not. If it's not, it's okay, like you don't need to stream again, like.
Oh yeah, no, totally. It is cool, but it's not just that. It's time, isn't it?
Yeah.
It's
Yeah.
it's another project on top of my head. And
Yes.
I already got like five too many, if you know what I
Yeah,
mean.
I know. So that
Not
was
that
my.
I'm doing that much, like, but I really enjoy where I am at the moment. Just doing my stuff. To be honest,
Yeah. Yeah.
stay out the way out of dramas. Just running my little label.
Yeah.
Making music, and like I said, and I'm really happy.
Yeah, like, and that's the thing, like, time is, it's what we need the most to do music. And one curious thing, because I think, yeah, from all the guests that I had, you are the first one that has a family, a son, right? You have a little
Yeah, little boy. Yeah.
little boy, and a wife and a job. So how do you find time? Okay, how do you find time to still doing music, run the label, do mastering? How do you manage those things? Because I think that's quite quite a good question, because it also shows people that maybe you don't need like 8 hours per day, but you still can find time. So how does that work for you?
To be honest, it is hard, in situations like that, you have to sacrifice something,
Hmm.
you know, end of a story, that's the bottom line. So, for the first couple of years when my boy was, very little,
Yeah.
one, two, stuff like that, I was literally sacrificing my sleep. It was just the sleepless nights, and doing music overnight,
Hmm.
up till late, then, being messed up through the day in my job, and just struggling through. Now it's a bit easy, because he's old, because he's older basically. When kids pass this 3-4 years gap, he's gonna be 5 this year. It does get easier, like so he's in nursery now, and stuff like that. So when he's there, I'm trying to stay on top of my things, and yeah, just basically trying to find this time,
Yeah.
in all action, in the through the day basically.
Yeah, no, yeah, and does he already has some interest for your music, or what? Is like,
His favorite bit was Lyra 8 when I
yeah,
had it sold it, but that was his favorite machine, honestly. But he was going nuts
for
in
real?
there. Yeah. Surely I send you a video. If not, I'll send you later. Like
Yeah,
it's just hilarious. Like obviously, he has no clue what he's doing. He's just pressing buttons, fiddling knobs and stuff like that. But it was funny. Like, and he was like, "Wow, what was this?" Like, surprised of sounds coming through it.
no, yeah, but
Yeah.
that's curious, because yeah, like I imagine something about the Lyra 8, because well, first it's like touch base in a way. You have to touch those things to
Yeah,
make it
little
sound.
pods, yeah, or
Yeah,
whatever you call them.
yeah, the pads or whatever, and it's funny because like even for many of us that machine does some sense, but at the same time it's not. It's yeah, it's not that typical synth. So it is curious to see that he had fun doing that on the Lyra.
Yeah,
So the Lyra is kids approved as well. So yeah.
yeah,
No,
yeah.
no, but yeah, like I as you know, I got married last year, and I never imagine, or well, I imagine many times like I would like to have kids, but I'm like, yeah, will my kids be into this? Of course, I'm gonna try to put them on this, especially because if they go into Iraq, they won't have money for drugs. So that's the thing. I don't know. Like I also don't want to force them to like this. Like if they like it, they will like it. But I'm not gonna force them into this. But yeah, it's something that I really imagine many times. Like, well, will my kids or kid or whatever will like this thing? And of course, I will bring her to the studio to just play with things and see if you like it. Because if you like it, better. If not, totally fine as well. Like
Exactly, and try to interest them, but never force kids, to do anything.
yeah,
I think that's the main thing, as you mentioned yourself.
yeah,
Like,
yeah,
if
yeah.
he's gonna enjoy, he's gonna enjoy. If not, he'll do whatever he wants to do as long as it's healthy and legal. I'm
Yeah,
happy with that.
yeah. No, like we can shed a small tear. Like, okay, you're not into techno, but it's okay. But apart from that, like, just do whatever you want. Like, I will not also force this to kids. So Ed, we have a question from one of our Discord members and viewers. Lapau is from Leeds, UK, and is asking something quite interesting, which is. What was Edgar's journey finding his current deep sound?
Journey. It is a good question. Like, if I'll try to keep it short as well, because if I start,
No,
from
please
all the
go,
way from the
go,
back
go.
of the journey, and I'll be talking about that till the till the
No,
morning. Like,
it's okay, but that's okay. Like it's in those like big stories and things that we find like curious stuff. So please go freely. Don't.
no, I'm only joking. It's
Yeah.
just my story is not that long.
Mm.
To be honest, I started as a party goer. Yeah, I think that's the starting point. It was, and it was something like you go into parties and then you just getting curious. How how they make them sounds like. Right? They're using the AWs. What was that like? How that works. Right. He also using some hardware synths, isn't it? And yeah, basically, that was the beginning. Starting as a party goer. Then I was DJing for about let me think. I started back in 2007 as a DJ.
Mm-hmm.
and I was DJing for maybe, I don't know, 4 or 5 years straight before I moved to UK, and then started heavily on producing, because before that I was only familiar with with a couple of DAWs, but nothing serious, and
Mm-hmm.
then I got proper deep into producing,
Yeah.
because there's not much parties to go in Wales, and I
Yeah.
was into producing.
Yeah.
But yes, I don't know. My early inspirations would be something, some sort of progressive, I'd say,
Mm.
progressive house, deep progressive stuff
Yeah, the
like that,
progressive house. Yeah.
which
Yeah.
I find so much, familiarities with nowadays, deep techno,
Mm-hmm.
especially Italian wave deep techno,
Yeah.
and it's weird. I had so many discussions with different artists regarding that, and quite a few people actually, find it very very similar. It's sort of reborn in in under deep techno label, kind of modern version of progressive, but it's not just that. I'm also in ambient music and
Yeah.
harder techno as well,
Yeah.
and classic music when I drive. It's I don't think there's a bad music. There's just badly produced music. They put it that way. You know what I mean?
Yeah,
There's
I
no
know.
bad genres in terms
Yeah.
of genres. Like
Yeah.
it's
Yeah.
I like hip hop as well
Me
as
too.
you know.
Yeah, me too. Yeah.
I used to was into hip hop, and yeah, so my journey wasn't just listening to some sort of techno and trying to make techno.
Yeah.
It was sort of natural, organic transition from enjoying it, listening to it, going to parties, and then trying to make something myself, like
Yeah.
and it wasn't following any trends or anything like that. I was into house more than anything in the beginning, but then I sort of, I don't know, I just didn't feel I wanted to know something deeper,
Yeah.
that I really feel. It's all about the feeling
The
for me.
feeling,
You
yeah,
know what I
the
mean?
emotion, the feeling. Yeah, I agree. Yeah.
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 So yeah, and this is where I am now. In deep techno. That's why I make
Yeah.
ambient deep techno stuff. And yeah, and my motto is it's just to keep it simple. Less is more,
Yeah.
if you know what I mean.
Yeah.
So for me, tracks that can keep your attention for 7 or 8 minutes with, I don't know, 4 or 5 main sounds, whatever it is, bass leads and stuff like that.
Yeah.
So the whole track, that's magic,
Yeah. No, I agree.
and
And
that's basically what I'm aiming for.
yeah, no, I know, and you mentioned something that is really curious because I also had these discussions with some friends as well, which like back in the early 2000s, I really also digged a lot progressive house like John Kay and Creamer and people like that, yeah, Stephen Kay and John Creamer, that kind of house was super cool and it was it was kind of hypnotic as well and I don't know, I also dig that grooves and I think that after that minimal era we had like between 2004 5 6 I think the first thing that jumped out of techno was first the deep techno things and it felt like an evolution of what was happening in those progressive house parties as well. And for me, it also makes much more sense because I do prefer more simplistic approaches, maybe not so melodic, still a little bit melodic, of course, but much more, I don't know, much. Darker in a way. I think that's like when I hear deep techno, and I like deep techno as you know as well, despite what nowadays being doing much more pumping music, but that's the thing. Like I enjoy that darkness around the sound, which might not be darkness at all. Like it's just different in a way, and I like that. Also, that's ongoing thing. Like for 7 8 minutes, that keeps you there and keeps you wiggling your head because it's simple, but it's effective and it's emotional at the same time. But it's curious because I don't see many people having this discussion about progressive house being a little bit transitioned to the deeper side of techno, but in a way, I also felt that, which is I don't know, maybe an evolution of things. So yeah, that's cool to know.
Yeah, yeah. I think it's all goes in circles, isn't it? One
Yeah,
way or another.
Yeah.
And another thing is, in my country, progressive house was very, very big back in, I don't know, 2000,
Yeah.
early 2000s,
Yeah.
one and two and stuff like that. And yeah, that's why, I remember it so well as well. But it's just a funny phenomenon as well that, in my country, whoever was listening, to that kind of music, that music was sort of, I don't know, it wasn't as intelligent as deep techno
Yeah.
tends to be these days, if you know what I mean.
Yeah. Yeah. That's another issue that I have with deep techno nowadays.
And it's, but you know what I mean. It's like, it's strange, like, that 20 years ago, people were saying one thing about very, very similar sounds, and now it's sort of, music for, for intelligent people, and intelligent electronic music, or whatever they try to say.
Yeah. That
Which is, people like to put labels and stuff, and
I agree.
have a look at Beatport, for example.
Yeah. Deep
How many,
raw, deep raw hypnotic. Like what the fuck? Like
yeah, you got organic house and all this, which you just don't understand.
organic house. It's made with plants and trees for sure.
And seeds and stuff like that. And it must obviously, it must sell better. I understand why they're doing it, all reasons behind it. But yeah, people do like label things, and
Yeah, no, I get it. Like, but it's as you said. Like, I see it as also as a cycle in a way. Like right now we are back to that. Okay, I don't mean this badly or like as an office, but that ravey, cheesy thing that we all know what's going on. And it's well, it's kind of like a cycle of things. Techno is going back as to much faster BPM and much more loopy, treblistic, and percussions kind of things. So it's basically always a cycle. Like who doesn't tell that in 2 years, for example, we'll be back to minimal, for example. I don't know. I think this is like you say. It's all a cycle. I think.
yeah, I don't know. With all them trends, you won't be able to keep up with them anyways, and
Yeah. Mm,
you know what I mean. What's the point? What's
yeah.
the point?
Yeah.
Just do what you feel, isn't it? I
Yeah.
think that's the main thing, really, isn't it?
Yeah. Yeah. No. And that was the point. Like I don't get it why nowadays deep techno is like seen as intelligent for smart people techno. Like, what is the fuss about it? Like, do you ever understood why it has that thing going on for it? Like, I don't get it. It feels a lot. It feels super elitist. It feels like no, this is a genre just for intelligent people. It's like what the fuck? Like this is music for everyone. I never understood what happened there.
To be honest, I don't get it now. I kind of did get it back in the days when people were saying the same about minimal, if you remember. But not about 2004, 2005 minimal wave, but about minimal before it, like Plastic Man and stuff
Yeah,
like that.
yeah,
I think that was more related to minimalistic art as well, which
yeah.
was sort of like, intelligent art,
Mm-hmm.
if you know what I mean. So I got this connection between those two, and I think that's what it was. But with deep tech, no, I didn't get it. I think I listened too much of it as well, and when you listen too much of something, you sort of get a different perception of music.
Yeah. No.
Really, you got the same with harder techno, isn't it?
Yeah.
When you listen to someone's or your own track for 20, 30, 50 times, it just sounds different.
Yeah. Yeah.
Boring, or obviously boring, first of all.
Boring. Yeah. Boring as I was like, this is shit. This is crap. I don't want to hear
Yeah,
listen to
yeah,
this
yeah.
anymore. No, but the curious thing is, I don't know, maybe it's me, but what confuses me about people having put a label on deep techno, which I like a lot. I think deep techno it's kind of easy to do. It has nothing smart about it, in my opinion. Okay, people can kill me right now and insult me, but I don't think there's nothing like super complex going on. No, I think a big part of the deep techno that I like and I enjoyed for many years, it's the one that is very well designed. Like it brings you to places, and I think that's not something that you need to be smart to do it. It's much more you have to have feel stuff and be emotional about things and try to convey those emotions to other people. So I never understood that, and that was the part that made me be a little bit sad about the way deep techno went the last few years, because it's a genre that I love too. I still do it. But I never. Well, I don't know. It's strange. I never thought that it went that way. Honestly.
I, I totally see where you're coming from. I think it's more to do with open-mindedness, if you know what I mean,
Yeah.
of the listener. You know, that's where it comes all this intelligent electronic music and stuff like that.
Yeah.
But you're totally right by saying that it doesn't have to be complex. It
Yeah.
doesn't. This is what I'm saying. Like my aim when I produce music is to keep it simple but interesting at the same time. You know, just to get you to lose it. You know, when you're listening to it.
Yeah. Yeah.
You know what I mean, and just to be involved for those 5, 6, 7,
7
8,
minutes.
whatever minutes
Yeah.
by using as less as less probably the wrong word to say. Not I'm not trying to use as less instrument and sounds as I can, but just to keep the flow and keep it interesting with the simplicity.
Yeah. Yeah.
I think for it just just the way I see it. Everyone sees it different,
Of
but
course.
I see it that way. So
Yeah, no, yeah, it makes sense. Yeah, and I feel that on your music as well, which I like, of course, or else you wouldn't be here.
thank you
But
very much.
no, but
And one thing to mention as well, as you said about more complex. This is what I don't like about these days deep techno.
yeah,
It's that people trying to get it too complex
yeah,
in terms of not in terms of I don't know the arrangements or anything like that, but in using too many different sounds, we
sounds,
just
yeah,
and then you just lose of this uh, deep hypnotized vibe, which
yep,
is the core of the deep techno for me, if you know what I mean.
yeah.
And yeah, I just hear it quite a lot lately, and yeah, I just don't feel it.
Yeah, no, I share the same with you. Like, what I liked about deep techno, it was the simplicity of it, like losing yourself to the track, and it was so simple, but at the same time so rich. But yeah, it is quite that actually. Let's see. Let's hope for better days, and see if things do evolve a little bit more again. There's also a cool thing that I think most of our viewers here will enjoy, which is you have your own label and free, which you're only doing Bandcamp with it. Uh, what was your decision in just doing Bandcamp, and what made you like, okay, I'm gonna do this label? I know in the beginning it was much more about you releasing your own music, and then you started to add up friends and other artists there, but you always kept it on Bandcamp, and even nowadays with all the things going on, people's and of course like Bandcamp is shit, and Bandcamp, sorry, Beatport is shit, and all that stuff. Still, many labels and the majority of labels still do major stores and Bandcamp. So and when you started, it was not yet a trend yet. So what did you thought of? What was your idea when you began Enfree and just did it on Bandcamp?
Yeah, well, as you mentioned, the plan wasn't really to expand into the something like a label. It was in the beginning just a platform for myself.
Mm-hmm.
For kind of rejected music, to be honest. In terms that something that didn't really fit
Mm-hmm.
in some sort of frame,
Mm-hmm.
if you know what I mean. And that's how it escalated. And then it's just I don't know. I think I had a second release on there when some of my friends made a remix for me.
Yeah.
Then people started messaging me, and it just escalated from that. But why only Bandcamp? I don't know. Why not? Why Beatport?
Yeah.
Beatport for me in 2021 it's I don't know. It's just one of those things which I don't want to be involved with. If you know
Yeah.
what I mean.
No,
In
I
terms of
yeah.
Beatport, obviously you got other online music shops and stuff like that. But I don't know. And if it's again, it's not the case of of trying to stay boutique or I don't know some sort of I don't
No.
know Bandcamp only. but I don't know. I just found it just the easiest way to operate. Um, Again, it's not just the Bandcamp; it's also Forma
Forma
Viva.
Viva now. Yeah, that was the second part. So yeah, Forma Viva
Yeah,
as well. Yeah,
which I totally support what these guys do. You know,
same here.
it's
Yeah,
a very very cool project.
yeah,
I obviously I need to update my discography on there. I haven't done this for some time. I did. I just got wrapped up in other stuff. But yeah, they got an amazing project. You know, and they're really doing a good thing
yeah, yeah.
for what they do. And I don't know. For now, I'm just staying Bandcamp, and like I said, I'm happy. I'm not chasing some sort of
Yeah, like just
something. You know what I mean?
yeah,
I'm like
no,
I said, I'm
yeah,
happy where I am. And
yeah.
I got releases planned for for months ago, and I don't know, just it does work for me. If it works, why fix something which is
Well,
not broken?
yeah, exactly. No, but I find it, it is a cool thing because what it shows, and I know this, but for the viewers also to know this, and we have some viewers and members of the Discord who are now starting. We have more experienced ones, and the cool thing is that. For example, I myself, I took a lot of time to dig on doing my own label just for me, although I'm distributing on all the shops and stuff. But I think the Bandcamp approach and the Forma Viva one as well, because Forma Viva for me it is, and I hope so, and I support those guys as well, should be the next step into electronic music shop to people buy, because it has better search than Bandcamp, much more cool design UX UI than Bandcamp, and they are super correct, and they support people there. But I, the thing that I really enjoyed seeing is that you were able to grow and meet more people and do more stuff just by using Bandcamp, and naturally things happened, and I think that's quite an important thing for people to experience themselves as well. Like, try a different approach, just like you did. Like, I don't want to be on Beatport, doesn't add anything to me, but you just kept investing on Bandcamp, and nowadays also Forma Viva as well. But it ended up, and I know, like, nowadays you know a lot of cool deep techno and other kinds of techno producers as well, just because you did your own bet on that, and I think that's important for people to do it, like, do it your way, maybe on first try it your way, and then if you get invitations from people, why not? Just like happened, like in No Way Records with Alex. It kind of happened like that, right? He know your music and then invited you, if I remember right.
Uh, with Alex, I have released as N3 on him before. What was it? I think it was a cassette or a CD release.
Yeah.
So I know him from before that, to be honest. But yeah, I don't know. Basically, yeah, just try and see what happens, isn't it?
Yeah, I think so.
You know,
Yeah. I
music speaks for itself. I had so many great artists releasing on my label. More, less known, but there's loads of amazing music. It's a great discography. Like I said, not speaking for myself, but for the artists released on there, and it's just amazing. And people appreciate that.
Yeah, no, I agree. I think most of all, the label should speak by itself, by the music, not by the graphics, or because they do whatever they do. I think the music should talk first, and that's the thing. And if the music is good, and people, I think people will understand that it is well curated as well. Sooner or later, people will start enjoying it and talking about it, and recommend to other friends and other people who are into the same genres of music and stuff, and things start to happen. But of course, you have to be patient. I think that's one of the key things, right? Like, I don't know, but I feel that many times the younger generations coming, or the younger people, when I say younger, not about age, but in terms of producing time, I think it's that thing that I want to release, I want to be there, but it ends up about, if you're patient, it ends up being more rewarding, I think.
Yeah, totally. I think if you release it too early, 3, 4, 5 years down the line, you'll be regretting releasing that track because we're listening to it. Oh my God, they'll be saying, what's this? Like, why have I even sent this as a demo for someone? Why someone released it? It's yeah, obviously you're right. Just about taking your time. I don't know. For me, it was probably first 4 or 5 years just to getting familiar with with stuff,
Yeah.
and then because you got so much to digest in terms of not just arrangements and producing mix down and stuff like that, and and then you just over the time you pick up a random bit, I don't know, or sidechain compression. Oh, that looks cool. Let me try to do something like that in my track. Oh, that works. And one after another, then that's how get more experienced, and that's how you get to know what you're capable of.
Yeah, yeah, I agree, and that's like that's one of the main things. Like, I also do believe that what levels up your game and makes you more capable and feel more secure is how much time and how much do you practice in a way. I think that's it in the end. It's how much time do you put on that, and you don't need to go crazy like 10 hours a day. No, if you put an hour every day and try to learn those things, experiment just for yourself. I think after some years you'll be quite okay. I believe on that too.
Yeah, definitely, definitely. I remember when I was learning Ableton, I had absolutely no idea what is going on in there. And you be trying to do something for first hour, and then next day you wake up and you'll be thinking like, oh, I don't even want to do because I have no idea. But I was still switching it on. Honestly, I was switching it on just for the sake of getting used to the interface,
Hmm.
just getting used to it generally. Like even I wasn't sure what I'm doing like, and yeah, it is. Um, who words with that you need to spend 10,000 hours
Oh,
before.
yeah, it's that book, the Outliers book, about if you spend 10,000 hours on something, suppose you'll be mastering that
Yes,
thing.
yes,
Uh,
yes, yes.
but it's
I think that's true. Honestly,
me
even
too.
even with production, I think you
Everything.
need to spend something around that to be proper confident, like and to be
Yeah.
releasing proper stuff like.
No, I agree. I think that book Outliers. I'll then link that on the chat or on Discord. That book Outliers is it's quite cool to read. For any kind of thing you do in life, be it music, be it your own job, whatever you're trying to accomplish. But the thing is, sometimes the thing that the book says, and many times it's not referenced out there. Okay, first it is the 10,000 hours you should put, and you will be mastering something, but it also has to do on which time you start doing that, because for example, they talk about this, like if you started on putting those 10,000 hours while that craft of yours is still not massively spread, when it starts to be more accepted or more spread around the world, you'll be a master of it. And they do a very good example about Bill Gates, when Bill Gates started programming stuff and doing his own software back then. When things started to evolve, he was already mastering that, so it was super easy to then build upon the knowledge he had. But I agree with that as well. Like it, but most of all, much more than being on the right time, on the right place, or being of that generation of people who start to evolve. No, it's the how much time you put on that, and it ends up being the how much are you putting yourself to do that and to master that. I also agree with that as well, and also believe on the Outliers thing that they wrote on that book. So yeah.
Yeah.
Question for you, from Lapau again. Come on, guys! Don't be shy about questions. You can ask anything. Try to be respectful, of course, but you can ask anything. So, Lapau is asking how much hardware is in your setup nowadays.
Uh, my setup is pretty simple these days. I went through from basically hoarding. I had so many different synths down to Eurorack case, which
Yeah.
is pretty small. And just a couple of random bits. One monosynth. I got Blowfield still here. That's my second one, which you just saw,
I
didn't
just
you?
sold it today. I just sold my Bluffle today. Yay!
Yeah, yeah. Congratulations. It was a good price.
Yeah.
Both ends. Yeah, a couple of monos, little Eurorack case, and Blofeld.
Yeah.
To be honest, I can show it here.
Oh, cool. That's cool. Yeah.
So yeah,
Yeah.
that's all what I got.
Yeah. You don't need much actually to do music, but yeah. So, but basically, yeah. Your music. It's. I will say it's like 50-50, right? Like you do half of it hardware, half of it on the DAW, right? It's how you do things.
Yeah. I basically record everything with whatever I got here,
Yeah.
and then arrange and chop and cut and sample, resample
Mm.
everything in Ableton.
Yeah.
So it's just because I'm used to it, and I don't know, it just gives me more flexibility again. But yeah,
No. Yeah. No. Like lately, as of lately, maybe because of time and doing Twitch and all the things, I've been diving more on that part of taking a machine or taking a module and sample it and then use the things. But like I used to do more jam on things and then record those jams, and afterwards I went more into jamming. And when I found the sounds, I record just those sounds. But I've been appreciating a lot, like just taking a machine and record it and then use it. And that's the thing. Like I know nowadays you don't have as much gear as you used to have, and I think that's a normal process. Like you start to downsize your studio as soon as you start to get your own sound. But like, have you ever thought on doing like live acts with gear and stuff like that? Is that something that you thought at any moment?
to be honest, quite a few people asking me these questions over the last few months. Uh, I haven't thought about that, but I'm not excluding this as option. And to be honest, I know Eurorack, which I'm still learning because I only started diving into it last year, so I'm probably, I don't know, maybe just under a year into Euro, and this was absolutely the absolute game changer for me. Honest to God, it's just excellent for what I do because it's just so flexible and you can do pretty much everything. Pretty much everything. I'm more or less happy with my modulus as well. With the whole case setup at the moment, and I don't know. I would be struggling to think of one thing that I cannot do with it in terms of sounds, if you know what I mean. But life act, yeah, why not? Someday potentially, yeah. Again, that requires quite a bit of time, to
Yeah.
prepare and stuff like that. But yeah, that would be cool. Why not? But let me just get back into DJing first, before
Yeah. No.
before let's learn walk before we fly, isn't it? As they
Yeah, a
say.
little bit. I agree. I agree with that. No, because
And I can DJ, but just to get back into it, and just get back into normality, with all this thing with what's happening at the moment. But yeah,
yeah,
yeah.
no, because like I've been having a lot of fun, and I know that you also geek a lot about those things in Eurorack and stuff. I know that, but at the same time, I ask this question to a lot of people because I don't know, maybe because I've been enjoying a lot to do live improvs over here, and I've been digging a lot, moving a little bit from the DJ format, which I also love, of course, because I started as a DJ as well. But I think like moving forward, that's I think after this Corona thing and all, I think people or a way for us to bring in something new and something fresh and whatever people want to call it will be more live acts, like doing music using music live. Like I think that's a cool thing. I don't know, maybe it's just me. Maybe it's just me like wanting to see everybody doing live acts. I don't know.
No, no, totally. It's something unique, isn't it? And it's been always appreciated, and I don't know. Potentially, you're right. Who knows? We'll see. We'll see.
Yeah, no, and because I know you love your rack, and I know you also always changing little bits, as usual. I know that, but knowing your music and knowing your process, I will be very curious to hear what you will come up to with, because you love ambient, and I know that, and you you do a lot of crazy textures and sounds out of the modular. So this is why well, I asked, because I will really love to see you playing live, just to see what how you flow in those textures of yours.
Yeah. To be honest, the way I produce is it's not, purely off, recording one little bit and, sampling straight away.
Yeah,
I do jams,
yeah, of course.
I just press record, turn on everything, and just jam through for, say 20 minutes or whatever. Then save whatever I jammed into my folder. And then, when I feel it, I just use it.
Yeah, no, that
I got,
that's
everything set from kicks to basses to pads,
yeah.
leads, like that. And I only started doing it recently, to be honest. Before, I wasn't really saving. I was saving it as a whole project, but now I save it as a sound, if you know what I mean. So
Mhm,
I can,
mhm.
it goes into a specific folder and can use it in my other projects. And I found it great. I honestly found it great.
Yeah,
I
no.
hardly ever go, into some sort of sample packs, which, I got tons, as all of us do, isn't it?
Yeah, yeah.
But I'm just trying to stick to my own little folder, and it does work.
No, yeah, I think so too as well. Like I've been part of those 10,000 hours things of the outliers that we are talking. And I have other producer friends as well who are into this. And one cool way for the people starting when they're starting producing, and they might not be very well comfortable yet in doing arrangements and stuff, Um, I think even if you don't have hardware, even if you just have VSTs or stuff, even Ableton Live on plugins like Operator and stuff, I think there is some kind of joy and some kind of learning process when you try just to dive and do sounds without any goal, like, let's see what I can do with this, let's see what I can make with this. I think that is also super good as a learning process as well, like, I also have a lot of fun just taking like a machine and grow through it without any goal,
Margot Eden, yeah.
yeah, like, just go with it. And I learned so much things. Just jamming with the Euro rack as well, that I learned a lot too. And I think people sometimes overlook that. I think people are too looking for, like, I need to produce something, I need to have a finished product, I need to release that, which sometimes you'll have much more fun exploring a synth that you bought or a VST that you got. I don't know. I've been enjoying that, and doing sample packs as well. I've been digging that a lot.
No, exactly, exactly. You just nailed it, because this is basically the core of my whole project. Like, just the exploration. Like, just keep digging. Keep going deeper. And explore sounds, explore kicks, explore basses, explore everything. Like,
Yeah.
and do something. Against what people say. Like, people say, I don't know, put hi hat over there. You don't put it over there. Put it somewhere else. Like, and see what happens. Like,
Let's see what happens. Yeah, yeah. No,
and put some crazy distortion on it. And resample it. And anything, basically anything.
no, and that's it. Like, I
Just
think.
don't clip.
Yeah, I think, like, okay, there are some rules for sure. There are some rules. We all agree on that.
Oh yeah, of course, of course. Just
But
just speaking from creative, perspective.
yeah, I think
Not from
explore.
mixing and mastering, because obviously you gotta do everything
Yeah,
more
yeah.
or less by the book, isn't it?
Yeah, but I think there's joy on that, and explore, so explore, and just go crazy. Like, you don't know whatever you might find on exploring some, like, let's say you bought a new module, you might have read the manual just to be sure what it is about, because some of them you really need to read the manual, but I also believe that after, like, when you take the manual in and you start reading the manual and stuff, there's like some kind of magic that goes away. That when you're just exploring the thing feels much more, I don't know, exciting. I have this many times with synths. I'm like, oh, this is amazing and crazy, and then I go up and start read like the manual. Okay, let's read the manual and see what happens here, and I start to be like, yeah, this is kind of removing a little bit of the magic of the thing.
Yeah, totally.
But I think people should explore more, should explore much more on their ventures. There's no right or wrong on creating sound. At least I think that way. For me,
Um,
every bit of noise is music, so I just follow that. And you're talking about another curious thing, which is mixing and mastering. So how come did you started mastering? Was that like a passion of yours? It ended up being like luck. What happened there?
uh, it was never my passion, as such. It
Mm-hmm.
was just couple of situations when I wasn't entirely happy with mastering my music of masters of my music, that come back from label, mastered by other people.
Mm-hmm.
And I was thinking, right, I'm not happy with this, can you change that, I was going back and forth for quite some time, and I ended up thinking, right, I want to learn this, just to learn it, and I
Mm-hmm. Mm-hmm.
started learning it, and and I just ended up doing masters for myself, like because I know loads of people said it's a wrong thing to do. It's better to leave your own production for someone with fresh ears. But on the flip side, I know how I want it to sound,
Yeah.
and I know where it needs what in terms of adjustments. If there's anything needs to be done.
Yeah.
So it's I don't know. It's like a two-side story, to be honest. I totally see where people coming from by saying mastering needs to be left for someone with fresh ears, who doesn't have this emotional attachment to the track, so it's done properly. But at the same time, like I said, I'm happy with my masters. If I do something for my own music, I'm happy with it. And I don't see the reason why I would stop doing it.
Yeah.
But
No.
yeah, it was just it was just the case of learning it for the sake of knowing it, and for the sake of just the speed as well. Is just doing it quicker, because like I said, it was I had a few occasions when I wasn't happy, and it just took ages for me, going back and forth with engineer.
Yeah, no, but like this is actually quite a nice point you touched there. Like I myself I prefer and most of that is because I don't feel secure about doing my own mastering or whatever. But I don't think there's anything wrong about you doing your own masters, especially if you really want to attain something very specific that you are feeling. And okay, mastering is not that artistic; it's much more scientific in a way, right? It's much more. It is an art as well, but it's much more follow the book in a way. But I don't see anything wrong about that, and I do give a lot of value to people like you who are able and do the music, mix the music, and master the music for yourself, and I think that's cool. I never understood why. Like I said, like for me, it's because I'm not very secure about it, and I will prefer to have a second pair of ears to to do something. Uh, but I appreciate people like you. Like I think it needs a little courage to do it. I don't know. For me, okay, in my vision.
Yes, I don't know. Like I said, it's the case of of listening and re-listening, and being not happy with it and changing things, and then basically going back and forth as well. Again, with time, you sort of know your weak and stronger points as well.
Yeah.
When it comes to mastering your own music, and
Mm-hmm.
then but yeah,
No.
I
Yeah. Go.
just
Sorry. Go.
those things.
But but
Oh
but
no, you go on.
but by the way, how did you start on mastering stuff and things like books, just experimenting? How did that happen?
Oh, everything. as you mentioned, books. There's loads of great tutorials on the same YouTube as well, but by world stars, master engineers, which you can get a
Bobcats.
lot
Yeah.
out of that as well. Yes, yes, one of those.
Yeah.
Yeah, reading, and then most important is is learning your speakers,
Yeah.
and then just listen and listen and listen and trying and listening to other stuff as well, to pro master stuff, comparing and just knowing where you want to go with the sound,
Yeah.
how do you want to to transform it. That's where it's very handy with person who doing the master, has a clear picture.
Yeah.
What does he want?
Yeah.
Because you might do something that you think sounds good or
Mhm.
sounds right, and he'll turn around and say, I don't really like it. I wanted it to sound this and that, and then you're thinking, why didn't you tell me in the first place? I would do it that way.
Yeah.
Why was I wasting all my time? But yeah, that's when I give a strict guidance. How how to do it. Basically, just say what you want. Just say, as more information you provide, as quicker and better, it will get.
Yeah, but and how do you like? Do you completely disconnect from the music you did? Like, do you like, okay, I'm gonna approach this as if it was a customer, as you normally do for other people, or you just go with the flow and don't even think about it? How do you do that part? Or what goes in your head when you're mastering your own music? Like, do you try to disconnect from it, or?
Um, it's a good question. Oh yeah, yeah, I don't really try to disconnect. I think I think my brain is disconnected of it in the first place anyway, because I was listening for that track, for like 100 times.
Yeah.
So it does get to the point when you sort of you know it too well when it's not familiar.
Yeah.
Uh, but no, yeah, I just treat it as I would treat the any truck. Just put it through analyzers. You see where you are, like what
Yeah.
needs to be done with it. How does it sound in the first place?
Yeah.
And then yeah, just try to start from there.
No, no, I like I said, I don't have anything against it, and I don't have, I don't think it's wrong, or I don't have that thing. Oh, it's wrong to master your own music. No, because I heard some producers who also mastering their own stuff, and it sounds amazing actually, and I was like, whoa, this is amazing. But yeah, I there's that thing going on, like, around us, like, yeah, if you shouldn't master your own tracks. I get that, but it's, yeah, for me it's confusing, like, I don't see myself, first, I never dived into mastering at all. I never felt compelled to dive there. I know some things, I learned some things, but I never went that way of things. But in my head, I'm like, no, I like I said, maybe I'm insecure. I say, like, no, I fuck this. I cannot master my own track. So I send it to
Yeah,
other people. But I love that approach, because you can instantly master your own thing and have it done. Like, it's done. I can shoot this on Bandcamp, and it will be sounding ace. So I have no issues.
yeah,
So
it is convenient. Totally, yeah, it's very convenient.
yeah.
But I'm sure I heard your masters as well before, didn't I? I'm sure you showed me something.
Well, yeah.
And I'm sure I was gonna say I'm sure it sounded nice.
No, well, I don't call it master. I just call it like fucking pre-masters that I can play them, for podcasts and clubs. But they, dude, no, I will never ever be able to compare myself, or even tell that, oh, I'm able to master something. No, I'm totally not able to do that. Many things I just, when your brain shuts off and says, okay, I don't want this at all. So this is what I do with mastering. Like, I don't even care. Although some things for mixing do share with mastering as well, of course. There are some things that do serve both sides of things, but I don't know. I never wanted to go that way. I don't know.
Hey, but never say never, isn't it?
Well, yeah, no, and
As we say.
No, it's actually also like if you know how to do it and you have quality doing it, and I know your masterings, of course, and I know they have quality, especially people who are into the more deeper mental areas of things. You really know what to do to make those things shine. It is also a cool trade-off because you can earn some money out of it, which is also cool to support. For example, in your case, in my case, buy a new module or whatever, if you are into those things, or even just fund yourself about, I don't know, like maybe one day get a better sofa or whatever. Like that's a cool trade-off, especially in those times, in these times we're living on. That's a cool trade-off to a cool tool, yeah, a tool of a trade to have.
Yeah, yeah, totally. To be honest, whatever, which isn't a lot as you can imagine,
Yeah,
or whatever I get from music mastering label, I try to keep it all back into music, pump it all back into music, and the way it was going, meant to be a vinyl release at some point this year. I gonna, I decided to stop it, because obviously with the situation.
situation, yeah.
Sorry, it meant to be we in 2021. It meant to be last year, like end of last year.
Yeah, I
But
remember that.
I'm gonna postpone it now. Obviously, the idea is still there.
Yeah,
Will happen at some point. I always wanted to do a vinyl on my little label,
yeah, you should.
a little run,
Yeah,
of something really cool. So yes, and that helps. Extra funds from that helps, and it just makes sense for me, to get whatever I would get from music, put it back into the music.
yeah.
You know what I mean? And just expand that way.
No, yeah, I think like I think that's a cool way of thinking because not everybody in music has a job, a side job, or better, our side job is music. That's the thing, because we have a profession to do every day. But I see it the same way, like just not to go full crazy on, because like gas is super tempting, and uh new scenes, and you're like, oh man, I want this, like, okay. But I also for many years now, I also think like you, like, okay, if I get money from music, and I don't need it to live. Luckily, I don't. I have that my job for that. I think it's much more rewarding because when you invest it back in music, you feel like I worked for this. I got some cash from this, and now I can invest back in me by lush, or just because it makes sense to improve things. And I think that's a very cool goal to have in a way, especially if you are like us, like, yeah, synth nerds, and yay, new module, I want that module. It is a cool goal, and it is also a cool way to also not to go crazy on spending money on VSTs and cash and scenes and stuff like that. I think it also it helps us be a little bit sane on those things and have a little financial control on things. Don't you think?
Yeah, I think I passed that point when I'm just buying random stuff, and and expect that them random bits of gear, brand new bits of gear, will do something for me. It just gets you distracted, and and it's not the way. You buy something, you learn it, or you find out that you don't like it, sell it or return it, whatever. Buy something new, because, like I said, it just you ended up being distracted with too many,
Yeah.
whatever it is, modules or synths. I've been there. I don't want to go there again. It is hard. I totally agree with you. It is hard. Temptation is there, but like I said, since I already been there, it's not the way. Like it's better be patient, and do one by one. Well, I don't know, two modules at a time,
Yeah,
but
yeah.
not no more than that.
No, but yeah, that's the thing. Like, for me, what helped is when I put in my head, like, you either, like, because I think sometimes people, maybe it's people who are starting as well. Sometimes they think that, oh, I need to buy that machine to do that sound. I need that VST because that's the VST that the other guy is using and stuff like that. There's nothing wrong with that, and that is also helpful, because it also enables you to go forward. But I since I started doing, like, okay, I only buy music stuff if I sell something, or if I earn cash from music, quite helped me a lot to be more productive as well. It kind of made me like, no, just use what you have. Like, you don't need like 1,000 cents to do music. You maybe just need two, and you'll be doing stuff. And I think many times, like, when people start getting into like 100 VSTs and stuff and trying this and that and this, you start to lose focus and you start to lose the point of things. Like, music is not about the gear you use or the VSTs you have. It's what you do with those tools. It's how do you explore them and how you make them fit your ideas and how do you make them speak for you in a way. That's what I believe on. Um, and in the beginning it was quite hard because I only wanted to spend cash on new stuff. I was like, oh, new module, oh, this does those sounds, I need that. And in the end, I didn't needed that at all because I could do the same with a little bit more extra work on something else. And having that mindset quite helped a lot. And yeah, like, okay, this kind of look a little bit packed in a way, but it's way reduced from what it was back in the early times when I started buying gear. And
Yeah.
and and I do prefer it, actually. I do prefer to keep things simple but effective.
Totally, totally. The only thing I got these days, is the thing for not vintage synths, but for something, something more interesting, less known, more rare, if you know what I mean,
Mm-hmm.
stuff like that. Then yes, but other than that, as you said, it's how you use it.
Yeah,
It's
but
great if you go with it, like and
yeah,
it's
but
not
but
definitely
for
not the matter.
but for example, like, do you try to because actually I think I never asked this to anyone on chat or even Discord. Like, when you're trying to look, okay, let's say you got some cash from mastering, let's put it this way, and you have some cash outside that you can spend on something new. Like, do you normally go and try to find stuff that people don't have? Do you try to what is your process about that? Like, do you prefer to have unknown things? Do you maybe be more different? You don't care about that at all? So how do you go on that side of things?
eBay notifications.
Okay.
No, but like I said, yeah, these days I try to, if I go for something new, I try to look for something interesting.
Mm-hmm.
Like like I said, like these days I'm really eyeing analog solution stuff.
Oh yeah, okay.
Isn't that rare, but I don't know. It's just something that I don't see many people use,
True.
and and they sound awesome as well, which is the main thing.
Mm-hmm.
One of that is the main thing. And yes, it's just the stuff like that because I don't know. I'm not saying that you will be necessarily making better music with gear like that instead of I don't know using something like I don't know Korg Volcas and stuff like that. But if you're good with Volcas, just keep it simple and go with Volcas. Again,
Yeah.
it depends how much money you got to spend because as you know yourself, there's no limit, isn't there? There's no ceiling and in prices and
Yeah.
how much stuff you can buy for your studio. Not talking just synths,
Yeah.
speakers, everything
Speakers.
else.
Yeah, speakers. Yeah, for example.
You
No.
know what I mean? There's no limit. It just only limit is your pocket, isn't it? So
Yeah, that's the issue. It's the pocket. Like, I would love, like, yesterday I did a stream with my friend Slono. He's also into deep and well, he's into techno, in the full spectrum of techno. And he was like he's using VCV, VCV
oh
plugin.
yeah,
So, and I was like, yeah, I would love to know, like, some kind of witch or conjurer or wizard that I could just spawn my modules, like, everywhere. Because in a way, like, yeah, the pocket is your limit, I think. And but it's also good because it makes you work those things. And like my friend Robin here is saying, like, it's like a good point, but unknown gear can become known pretty quick because of internet. But this can also be a good thing, especially for little one-man companies. Yeah, I,
yeah,
I, I agree. But for example, I know people. I don't have anything against this. It's just like us talking. But I know people who prefer to spend tons of cash on unknown or vintage stuff that not many people have, than just buying, for example, a new synth that came out that maybe it's like 200 euros. But they strongly believe that because they have this rare synth, that they will be doing better music, or they'll be doing more crazy music that it will be more unique, you know.
No,
I don't
definitely.
feel
Sorry, and
this.
maybe I didn't make myself clear. Obviously I'm going for the sound first. It has to sound as something. It has to be something before I go for it. But at the same time, um, it is cool to have something. Less known,
I
more
agree.
rare, which sounds amazing.
Yeah.
You know what I mean?
Yeah, no, I agree with that. I agree that the thing.
It's not just about hoarding
Yeah,
vintage gear like some people do.
yeah,
If I know people who don't even play
yeah,
most of these things, but they hoard it and they cost thousands, and you're thinking like, what are you doing? Why? Like, just sell it to someone who will be properly using and taking care of it, like,
yeah. I
but
agree.
they do it, and
No,
what can you
yeah,
say?
I agree with you. Like on that point, like it is. I think there's too much hype about some type of gear when in fact it's exactly what you said. It is the sound of it. Like, does that sound fit to your ideas? Do you see yourself using that synth because of the sound he does? How many times, like, and for sure you also had this happening to you. How many times you got gear because of YouTube? You got it at home, and then you were like, damn, this is shit. I don't like this at all. Just because
All
you,
the time, yeah,
all the
all the
time.
time. And since I shrunk my old setup, since I made it, smaller, I become so much more picky on the gear as well, on the sound and on
Yeah,
what they actually do. I need to be 100% comfortable with it, to use it
yeah.
and to like it, before it stays in my little setup. Because if not, it just goes, and something else will take its place.
No, I agree. Like I agree with that. For example, I remember when I bought the Lyra, it was like second week the Lyra was out. I went, I think I went through all fucking shops in Europe to find a Lyra. And I found the Lyra on a small shop in Barcelona, and I was like, "Whoa, do you really have one?" Yeah, we have it. Do you have the black one? I said, "No, well, I only have the white." I said, "Okay, fuck it. I don't care if it's white, pink, gold. I don't care. Just when I want to have it." And of course, when I got it in the beginning, I was it kind of boosted me in I don't know, like mentally, like, oh, I have this thing that not much people have on, and I used that a lot in many ways, and yeah, it kind of helped me in the process to do more stuff, you know. But in after some time and seeing overspread, that I don't mind at all, and it's a machine that I still dig today. I know you sold yours. Um, I never lost that thing with the machine. Like, and sometimes to me, I get sad seeing people like, oh, because everyone is using this, I'm gonna sell it. Like, like why? Like, if you gel with the sound, if you love the sound of it, and you're doing cool stuff of it, why are you gonna sell a thing that you might or instead of instead of looking at that side of things, why don't you just try to make it be different than the other people using it? and
Yeah,
and not spend cash on it. Like, I don't know. It's I see so many things that sometimes I ask myself, like, why, dude? Just keep that thing. Like, you like it. It's not just because everyone now has one analog rhythm that you should sell yours. Like, you love it, right? Yeah. So keep it. I know, man. Everybody is using it. I prefer to move to a different thing. I never understood that concept. But well, like, if you can do it and you have the cash to do it and you feel like doing it, be my guest. I don't have anything against that. It's totally fine by me.
totally. I think also some people don't spend enough time with the gear. They buy it, it doesn't do the magic trick for them, and they look for this magic piece of equipment which will make the truck sound amazing.
Yeah,
Yeah, yeah.
I
You obviously agreeing with me as well, isn't it?
yeah, no. I had that. I did that mistake quite a few times in Eurorack. Like, I got the ALM Achemis Castle, the FM module, the big
Right.
one with four
Yeah.
operators.
Oh yeah, 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 yeah.
And stupid me, I was like, well, big part of my sound is FM. And I was like, oh, yeah, this is the module that I should get because this is good FM in here, and and I'm gonna love this. I seen some videos and I was like, yeah, this is the thing. but but when I got honest with myself, I said, yeah, I just bought that thing because I believe that getting that module will make me do the ultimate FM sound of it. And in the end, I was so pissed because that thing sounded like Mega Drive all the time, and ended up being just a lush buy, because I thought it would be like that one magic trick to do incredible things, and in the end, it was not at all at what I expected at all. So I think that's normal to happen, and I think that happens. But part of growing up in this kind of things, it's when you start to appreciate and explore a synth and put time on that thing.
Yeah. Yeah, this is the main thing, and that's why, as well, in the long run, I did understand that I like simple things, one knob per function things, in terms of synths
Yeah.
and stuff like that, without too many menus, and when I can just just switch them on, jam, come up with what I'm gonna come up with, and then just be happy with them.
No.
Again, some people do like them complicated,
Yeah.
pieces of equipment, with loads of menus, which obviously are amazing. It's a
No, and and I also think that a big part of this, like one of our viewers here is saying, Livingstone Dell, it is a consumerist mentality. I think we all fall into that trap at some point. It is true, and I
yeah,
think
definitely.
a big part of that is that, I'll say YouTube, in a way, like all those reviewers and stuff, those things. And most of the times, I'm not trying to bash on YouTubers or anything. No, I'm not doing that. But that doesn't help. That doesn't help much, and that does boost more negative things than positive things, about gear. I believe that those things, the way they put it and the way they try to do it, which in many times, yeah, Lapau, they can be paid reviews. Some of them might not just be because of fun things and stuff, but I think many people fall on that trap. I felt on that trap sometimes, and you end not loving what you have, and then you end up regretting selling it because you just not explore it enough. I had this with like three modules I had in my whole life, and people come and complain about things, which is stupid. Like, why are you complaining about that you're saying that it's a piece of shit when you had it for 2 weeks and you cannot do any sound with it? Maybe you need to work it more. Maybe you need to put more time on it. Maybe it's a little bit more complex and different of what you're used to, and you are kind of losing an opportunity and spending cash stupidly. I don't know.
Yeah.
Maybe I'm not.
Again, it's a workflow as well. We got, these days, we live in 2021 with so many different options, with so many different workflows, and for some, the workflow might just, not fit, not be suitable. Although sound might be okay, and if there's so many things to take into consideration, to be honest. And as you said about YouTubers as well, if you're really talking about the flip side, there's always a flip side, and from the manufacturer's perspective, it's a business for them. They see it from different point of view, how to sell it, how to sell more
Of course.
and quicker, and so there's so many things involved.
No, I agree with you. Like, of course, brands want to sell, and they should sell, so we can have also cool things on our side. I don't have anything with that, but what I feel sad about it is that, I would love, because I've been there. I would love to see people like explore what they buy, because many great things will come out of exploring something into your process. And I get it. Like, some things are really not for you because you don't gel with the interface. You don't gel with the way it's built in terms of knobs and stuff, and that's okay. That's a super valid reason to say, okay, this doesn't fit my workflow. But many times it's just like consumerism, and Lush say, okay, yeah, I have other options and stuff like that. So, I don't care. It's just like a renting of a synth.
Yeah, yeah.
But
uh, Whatever floats their boats, you know what I mean.
I believe in this. I believe the first guy who comes with a synth renting company, just like the way you rent a car, not rent a car as rent a car company. Like when you want to buy a car and instead of doing a credit, you do a renting. Like you're just paying for that monthly, but the car is yours. I think
Yeah.
the first guy who come with that idea and comes like rent a synth thing. I
I
think
remember we did mention that before. Yeah.
I think the guy who has the capacity to do that and invest that money will be doing tons of cash pretty much instantly,
Well, I remember what I told you before. I don't know about Portugal, but here in UK, you got some places do even 30 days, trials, and within 30 days, if you're not happy, you can return the bid for full refund.
Yeah,
So I think that this is it. Like this is where this idea
yeah,
wouldn't really work.
yeah,
Like I said, maybe in some countries, yes, but over here, and 1 month is it's more than enough to get familiar with with
yeah.
piece of equipment, to see if you're happy with it or not.
Yeah, no, yeah, here in Portugal, the consumer law. Well, this is my daily job. The consumer law is more. It's much more about you got 40 days to return if you're not happy, but of course they always try to refuse that. Some other companies like Thomann or Music Store, they do kinda push you that like you have 30 days to be satisfied. If you're not satisfied with what you bought, you can return. I also do believe that. Yeah, I think in 1 month, if you put the time on it, you know if it's for you or not. But also at the same time, if you don't have a lot of time to dive into the synth, you'll need more than 30 days, and that I think that's the niche of the market. That would be like, yeah, 30 days is not too much for me. I would like to rent it like for, I don't know. This is a stupid idea. Like, this is basically the mindset of someone who has tons of gas and wants to try synths and shit, just to be saying, yeah, I don't want to buy it because it's expensive, but I will rent it for like 1 month and then return it. Like, that's basically it in a way.
No, it was a really good point. To be honest, I probably would be a customer because 1 month is never enough for me. I ended up keeping it and then not liking it, and then trying to flip it on eBay or
Yeah,
something like that.
yeah. No,
So yeah,
I don't know.
yeah, totally.
If any viewer there has enough cash to do this, I support you and I'll be your customer. Edgar as well will be your customer. So if anyone wants to try it, but be in Europe, please, because we pay tons of custom taxes. Oh, by the way, about that, nowadays you're fucked to buy things outside Wales, right?
Outside of UK, yeah.
You're fucked nowadays. If you wanna buy something from, okay, let's say, you don't have this. Let's say you wanna buy a new set of speakers. Let's say it, and no shop in the UK has it, and you have to buy it from like Thomann in Germany. You'll be paying quite a lot of custom taxes, right?
To be honest, I don't know how it works. I have not. After the 1st of Jan, I try to keep all my shoppings within UK.
In UK.
Last thing I bought from Germany was a Dreadbox module,
Uh-huh.
but I found out because I made a purchase before, sometime in December, before first, when the
Okay.
law actually went in power. So I wasn't taxed, the input
Okay.
tax on it.
Yeah.
So I was lucky on that one. But I think it's, to be honest, I think last time when I looked at something on Thorman website, um, they actually had a price without VAT on it. So I'll be honest, I don't know how it works. So you potentially may be paying the actual price without VAT and then paying the tax, when you get the item and it arrives here. I don't know. I don't know.
There's a guy, a friend, Spanish, living in Manchester, and he bought the Erica Synth Black Sequencer out of Thomann, and they charge him 130 euros to get it. And supposedly he paid the same price as I would pay with VAT.
Because this is what my question would be. Did he pay the full price, initially, or was it a reduced price without those 20%?
Full
So I don't
price.
know. This is strange. Like I think I've seen on forums as well, that people do pay more now. Like I said, I try to keep my shopping over here. I'm not 100% aware of of how much you pay on top of it. Um, didn't I read that you pay something when whatever you buy is over something like £350 or something like that. I don't want to talk bullshit. I'm not
Yeah.
100% sure. Um, I told you that I used UPS this week.
Yeah.
My wife bought something for herself on Amazon. Turned out the item came from USA.
Yeah.
For my surprise and for her surprise, she wasn't even knowing that she was buying something
From the
off
US.
Amazon from US.
Yeah.
So I was a bit surprised. It was a slightly different process of returning the item, because it just didn't fit for her. It was just a bit of clothing.
Yeah.
Um, yeah, you had to fill in a couple extra forms and stuff like that, stick them on the parcel, put the value of them. When before, you didn't have to do it.
So like what I'm thinking here, and well, in my head, like, so let's say, if I'm understanding this right, and I think I am. So if you are like, for example, Post Modular, the British shop, or London Modular, or whatever they are, if they need to have, or they want stock from a European manufacturer, like let's say a German company or a Spanish company, it will pretty much sure the VAT will stay in the country, but afterwards they will have to pay VAT in the UK, which in the end the retail price in the end will be much higher than buying in other, like it will be much higher than if I bought it myself with VAT in Germany. So
Yeah,
prices will increase, right?
yeah. I don't know. This is strange. Another thing I was thinking as well, like there's a shop DV247 here in UK,
Yeah,
and
yeah.
every time I was buying something from them, I had a parcel coming all the way from Germany, which I guess it's the warehouse based over there. So I was thinking as well, how's that gonna work? Because I pay in pounds over here in Britain for British company, but my item comes all the way from Germany. So I don't know. I don't know. It's a tricky one. That's why I actually bought my last Redbox module, but like I said, because it was purchase made was before December, I didn't get charged on it,
No, but
anything. But
this is, I never thought in those terms, because like even for parties and stuff, I don't know this, but let's say I have a gig in London. For them to pay me, like now I'm not connecting the dots, but if let's say a promoter has to pay me, and I'm giving them a Portuguese invoice, they will be taxed on that because they are buying from the outside.
I'd imagine, yeah.
So basically, that will be a
So basically,
nightmare.
everyone's losing. Yeah, everyone's losing. I don't want to get too much into politics. I just hate it.
No,
But
I hate
yeah,
that shit. But I'm thinking about you guys having access to culture. Like, uh, if you're not a big promoter, or you don't have enough cash or things like that, and you are on a tight budget, if you have to pay the artist, like let's say, his fee plus taxes because it's from the outside, it ends up being much more costly, and people will start to be fucked. Plus, yeah, like Robin is saying here. Plus, you'll need work visas, and perhaps not everyone will get a work visa to go to the UK to play.
I'm sure. As you mentioned that, I'm sure I read that someone was having this discussion on one of music forums on Facebook when someone said that allegedly EU was offering to UK musicians visas and stuff like that, but apparently UK refused. They dropped it because they didn't want to give the same for EU, if you know what I mean. Which is a complete bollocks. It's a disaster.
So
Honestly, being a full time musician, you just
so
imagine. It's
yeah.
crazy. But
So
like I said, it's
so basically, you guys in the UK will be double fucked in a way, because if an artist has to go there to play, like let's say in Manchester, he has to have a work visa, and if you guys want to come over the other side of the sea, you also need work visas, and all the shenanigans about taxing and shit will make your your cachet, or your, whatever you want to call it, your pay, super reduced. So basically, it'll be a shit show. Well, it's already a shit show, of course, but it's even narrowing even more culture in a way.
Oh yeah, oh yeah, oh yeah, yeah, totally. And it's just one of the things, that all this nonsense brings. One of the negative things, obviously. And yeah, no wonder why people were kicking off about that. But we are where we are these days, and this is the reality.
No, I ask this because I only thought about this kind of things because, as you know, and being a hardware nerd, whatever I call it, there are some cool companies. For example, thunk.co.uk. I will never order anything else from there because just the amount of taxation that I'll got, it won't make it even okay, But I never thought about the fact that if someone from the UK has to come play to Portugal, or let's say a Portuguese dude goes to play to the UK, it will be super hard in terms of taxations, visas, and stuff. Okay, something to wrap up in my head because I didn't even thought about it that way.
But then again, thinking forward, wouldn't that open up, the dodgy market for dodgy transactions, basically, cash payments and stuff like that. People just trying to avoid taxes.
Yeah,
Always does, isn't it?
I get it. Like,
Obviously, talking about smaller scale, not the big performance, but you know what I mean.
oh yeah, like Kyle Geiger is just saying like work permits in the UK cost around 150 pounds for 1 gig, which is effectively a tax on the promoter. Okay, so just to understand, Kyle. So basically, the promoter will pay the work visa. The weird thing is, it's the same price for a 6 months permit, but you have to prove your work is lined up for that time. Damn, what a shit show, man.
Yeah.
Well, I only hope for the best for you guys there. Honestly, I was super sad about Brexit because I do have some connection to more with England for many various reasons, and it feels like it's difficult to go there. Like nowadays, it's not like I don't feel so enthusiastic. Like, oh, let's go to London and or some stuff like that. I feel like, yeah, it feels like we're not welcome there. It's like, yeah, people are not welcome there. I don't know, but this is just my feeling. Okay, I know it's not like that, but it makes things very hard. Let's
It
hope for
does.
the
It does.
best.
Definitely. Yeah, it
Let's
does make things difficult, but it's politics.
Yeah,
It's
it's always politics, always the bullshit politics, which is a shit, honestly. But I'm sad for you guys there because I haven't even thought about culture and events and things like that. How much that will affect you guys. So small Wales, which had no techno parties yet, will be even more reduced to having a techno party there, man. You'll have to start your own techno parties there, man. You'll have to start your own thing. And
one man band. There'll be.
well, man, it's a way to start things. Maybe you can put the bug on young producers or young people wanting to discover electronic music. Who knows that, man. Maybe it is the way to do things, and maybe, and this is a thing that I've always been an advocate for. I I would prefer to have more gigs in my country, in Portugal, than abroad, honestly, because this is where I'm from, and I also care about our scene here in a way. I also care about if people can enjoy music there, and I think I do believe as well that there is a lot of good people in your local place, yet to come, yet to discover. I always believe on that, but the only positive thing about this is that maybe it is a good time for the local scene to develop itself. How stupid it will be to bet a little bit more on the local scene. I don't know. Maybe it will be cool, you know.
Well, yeah, time will show. You know, you made a good point. Obviously, we'll see. You know, maybe in 3, 4, 5 years. You know, we'll see. You know, I don't know, local venues booming. You know, with some sort of underground, a different underground music around UK. You know, and hopefully that will be the case. Like, I don't know. Speaking about Wales, I don't know. I'm a bit more skeptical about this part of UK. I don't know why, to be honest. I generally I got no reason for being skeptical. I just I am. You know, believe it or not, it got to the point that at one point I know a couple of people who run clubs around here,
Mm-hmm.
and it got to the point when I was actually talking to one person about hosting a night in this nightclub and stuff like that, but then I ended up discouraging myself and not doing it.
Yeah.
It was it wasn't the case of everything was set and I just and I just pulled out just before the night. There was nothing said, but I was in the process of strongly thinking, put it this way, like
Yeah.
and already discussing with people. But I don't know, like you said, we never know. I might wake up tomorrow morning or in a month time and I'll be thinking, why not? At this stage, I'm thinking, it's not gonna work.
Yeah. Yeah.
It's not in terms that not in terms of a comeback,
Yeah.
in,
Yeah.
in terms of money, but in terms of people being interested in this kind of music.
Yeah.
Because like I work with Welsh people and I got loads of friends Welsh
Yeah.
people, and I just don't see him being that interesting, because this pop culture is very strong here in UK,
Yeah. No.
and it just floods a completely different style of music,
Well,
unfortunately.
maybe, and I actually I never been to Wales, or did I? I don't remember. I remember one time being in London, and I think I went to near the border. I don't remember. I was super young. I was like maybe 10, 9, 10. But I remember seeing like tons of beauty in the like all green, that green scenery, and the hills and all that stuff. Maybe doing parties on the nature will allow people to see, oh, this kind of hypnotic music, it's cool on the nature, and you give them some special special treats, and they'd be like, whoa, this is the way to go. Maybe we should go. Oh, Leany 45 is saying that there's a big scene in Wales. Trust me, I'm from Cardiff. It's been solid since the 90s. So you should go to Cardiff, Ed.
No, I did mention Cardiff, but yeah, there are people doing something over there, but again, I'm more focused than talking about deep techno than
Yeah, deep
than
tech. Yeah, of course, deep techno wise. Yeah, yeah, yeah,
yeah,
yeah,
yeah,
yeah,
yeah.
yeah. Like,
So if
yeah,
there's anything deep techno going on in Cardiff, please, by all means, please hook me up.
oh
Oh,
yeah,
yeah. I
Leany.
mean, I would be interested, to see and hear what they're doing. But like I said, as far as I'm aware, I'm only aware of housey, tech housey,
Yeah,
and and some sort of techno kind of
yeah, yeah,
music going
yeah.
on over there.
Yeah, so Lini, if you know something about deep techno, because Ed here, it's a big he's well, let's call it, yeah, you're a fan of deep techno, and is what you like to do and produce. So Lini, if you know something about deep techno in Cardiff, let us know, because Ed here will be super interested, of course, to also bond with other people and other, of course, yeah, after COVID-19. Yeah, of course. But even like that's the thing. Like I don't know if this happened to you a lot or not. Like during this times we're living on, um, I ended up meeting a lot of new people and bonding a lot of new people, and especially people from here, from Portugal as well. I've met a lot of people, which is also cool to help develop something later on. Like, as hopefully, of course, I will one day we'll come back to the normal things of our lives. But one thing that I really enjoyed is, and I'm asking you, like, if you had that chance, or if that this happened to you as well. I met a lot of Portuguese people here, and that I will be super interested to work with them, help them the way I can, ask them for their own help as well. So despite all this bad shit that we are living, I also found out that it was super cool to bond with people. Did that happen to you? Like, did you met any Welsh people there into those kind of things? Like, did someone came to you saying, "Oh, I'm also Welsh and I also into more techno stuff," or just this just didn't happen at all?
Uh, not not specifically during lockdowns or anything like that, over last year, but it does happen here and there. Interesting people do pop out, and I get emails, and messages on SoundCloud,
Yeah,
Instagram, you name it.
yeah.
And yeah, it does happen here and there.
Yeah, no, I felt that because people are more at home now, and they are maybe more bored in a way, or maybe have more time to dive into things. I think that's the trick. Is it's like, uh, um, people have more time to Google it, or dive into Bandcamp or whatever, and allow me to know a lot of cool people. Like, I was super happy, literally super happy to when I created this Discord community and the streams and all and stuff, that I had a lot of Portuguese people coming in doing music, and I was like, oh, awesome, Portuguese people doing music, like, I get super happy to see the place where I live in having people interested on the same subjects and the same things, because in the end you always, as a person, you always try to get surrounded by people with the same interests as you, right? It's normal. I think it's a common thing for us humans to do. Like, you'll bond much faster with people. Like, let's say you love pizza, and you are a super pizza fanatic. You'll have much more topics of conversation with someone who also is a pizza fanatic than someone who's into shepherd's pies, for example. This is a stupid thing to say, but yeah, whatever. Makes the point. And I was quite happy because made me also believe that there is kind of a hope that my small little country will also be able to go forward as well. I don't know. Brings me hope, man.
No, no, totally. And I don't know, you mentioned Portugal. I don't think this is a fair comparison, because I think Portuguese techno scene is quite strong. You've
Nowadays, yes.
got so many talented people. I had Enko releasing on my label as
Yeah,
well.
Anko. Yeah,
What a
yeah,
talented dude, just to mention he's a part of Morbach's label,
yeah,
and all their little movement.
yeah,
And yeah, it's you got so many talented people over there. It's
yeah.
not fair to compare.
Well, I get true, but true. But for me, still in my maybe this is me wanting to have more people, and this is maybe me trying to get more people onto this. But still, for sure, I agree with you. We have a little bit more parties going, and we have more producers, a lot of good producers from Portugal doing a lot of crazy stuff. But yeah, man, I think ultimately this is part of me wanting to see a local scene flourish and go crazy. Um,
No, no, no. That's fair enough. Talking about parties in Wales, someone there mentioned about Cardiff. There's open air as well going on. I don't know if it's a once a year thing at the summertime or something like that. But again, it's not exactly deep techno related.
yeah,
So
yeah, yeah, yeah.
so yeah.
We have here a question from Alan Bruno, and then I'm gonna read it. Do you guys think that with closed clubs, the songs produced will tend to several different paths? Since somehow what is played and tested on dance floors, both in clubs and festivals, often ends up being a kind of north for music production. Good question. What you think, Ed?
Uh, I don't know. It depends. It obviously depends how long more we're gonna stay in this mess, like and how strong it's gonna shape, the future of production and stuff like that. I think if we get out pretty quick, we're not gonna have a major effect. That's my personal opinion. I don't know. I don't know. What do you think?
Well, this is actually quite an interesting question. I've seen it pop up on many places. streams, interviews, Reddit, Discord, Facebook, all those things. I think people producers, let's, because well, people are doing music. I think they took this new era to explore different paths. I heard quite a nice things, completely different from their main output. But I don't know yet. Like I kept doing my own music, and interestingly enough, I went even harder in my music, which will be much more fitting for a club for sure. Uh, but I actually don't know too very well. I think more people will explore more genres in a way. They feel like, well, some of them might think, well, there are no clubs, so why should I do music, club music? I get that; it's totally valid from my point of view, and that's a good thing. But I don't think I. I don't think they will go much differently on a path. You know why? Because especially for maybe more established artists, they have their sound, right? They have their own identity already, and I think they want to pursue that. This is what I feel with some artists. So I think they might try different approaches, but they will keep the core thing going on. I don't think people will change much, but I've seen quite a lot of artists creating different ideas with their music. But when things come back, I think it will be immediately come back to the normal stuff. Let's call it this way. This is what I
Yeah.
believe. I believe. Did
And I don't think people stopped listening to 135 BPM techno in their cars or in their houses. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
So yes, it's like you said. I do see the point as well in clubs being shut, but people still listen to fast music and
Yeah.
vibrant music. I think it's no, maybe it depends on the mood as well, isn't it?
Yeah, I think so. Like, I might be wrong on this, but this was my mindset when all this shit happened. The music that I like to do is music that I really like to do, and I like to listen to that music as well. Even if I'm not on the club, I don't hear techno all the time. I hear much more different music than techno, to be honest, and this is true. I barely hear techno music when I'm like listening to music. Let's say I want to listen to some music, like I'm with my wife or some stuff, and put music. I won't be putting techno. I want to explore other things as well, different kinds of music. But still, I sometimes I also want to listen to fucking bangers. That's a normal thing. So I think there's still people who wants to listen to this. So what I thought in my head was, I want to keep doing this music despite these clubs or not. Like, I'm not doing a tool for people to use. I'm doing music to express things that I have in my head. So why should I change that because there are no clubs? No. And during that, well, last year was kind of hectic in terms of releases. I think I released too much, but well, that's another topic of conversation. Uh, I did not change my music because there are no clubs. I just thought, still people want to listen to some kind of this music. Why should I change so much? No, I don't want to change. I want to keep doing this despite there is or there is not clubs. But I also did took some liberties and tried different stuff in music. Some of them is out there. Some of them is just in here. Um, because maybe I had more time to explore different things. Maybe because I found like, okay, I've been doing music, a lot of techno stuff. Why not do ambient stuff, for example, and see where it goes? But mainly, what I felt was because of time. I had more time to explore things, not because there are no clubs. That was my take on this.
Yeah. No, no, that's totally valid point. That's fair enough. To be honest, I think I know it's going off this logic. It's gonna sound stupid, but since all this started, I started to do music more dance floor orientated. As you know yourself, my BPMs went up. From what was it? Say half year ago or a year ago and stuff like that, which is a total coincidence, nothing to do with, just what I feel, and I
Mm-hmm.
do what I feel. And if I feel to do faster music today, I'm gonna do faster music today.
Exactly.
If I feel today I do beatless ambient piece tomorrow, that's what I'm gonna do.
No, I agree. Look, there's one thing that I totally respect, and this was not talked. I think this was not talked enough on the mediums that we know. I think the mediums that have the power to reach people. I'm not gonna say names, but you know the ones I'm thinking about. Like, we have to respect that some people with this situation, they really froze on things, and it's we should respect that, the fact that they don't feel like doing music at all. And some people are on very bad shape, and it is not good for anybody to be on bad shape mentally and economically and all those things. But at the same time, it's not because we don't have clubs, and it's not because of that we should do different music, because it will be I think that point is just basically making out of music a tool, you know. Whereas I believe that music is first of all a kind of expression of the self. I'm going fully philosophical now. Sorry, but
You
it's
go, you go.
but the first thing is, I do music because I like to express myself through music. I couldn't care less if my music doesn't cash in or cash out. I don't care less. Uh, um, but if I want to do something and I feel that is what I want to express, I will do it. And if people like it, it's okay. If people don't like it, it's also okay. Maybe someone will, maybe someone, I don't know. That's the thing. But trying to change things because it doesn't make sense because there are no clubs. No, like, so in the same mentality, you will never do black metal because whatever, you know. I think
Yeah.
there is people and there is taste for everyone to find their niche, if this makes sense. I think that's it. And most of all, be happy or have fun with what you do. If you do it professionally, if you do it for a hobby, if you do it just for exploration, are you happy doing it? Are you having fun doing it? That's what it matters in the end, at least for me, you know.
Another thing I would mention, you're probably gonna agree with that, but I think, if we would try to please people and do something that people like, we would be in completely different genre, and we'd be potentially even making money out of it.
No, I agree. I
You
agree.
know what I mean?
I know. I like. I have a friend. He's not into electronic music at all. Okay, he's completely off music. But he's a very good producer, and he has musical training and stuff. And he did some jobs for people who ask him, like, could you do this kind of beats and stuff, which is much more EDM-ish kind of stuff. And he did it. He said, "Look, I don't have any aspiration to be an artist like you. I just dig doing beats and stuff. I like the studio process of recording bands and mixing bands and stuff. But for me, it's okay for me to do this. Like, I do it as exploration, but at the same time, I'm being paid to do this." And I was like, well, okay, makes some sense. Like, he's just doing that because he was asked to do that. And for him, he has no aspiration to be like a non-producer artist or anything, so that's okay. At the same time, I don't have anything against people who do music for other people, whatever, for whatever reason. But for example, I will not be, and this is the personal level thing for everyone. I will not be okay with myself if I was doing EDM tracks for some kind of producer. I will not feel okay. But this is me. Okay, this is just me. But I don't have anything against people who can do it and know how to do it. If they can do it and they earn some cash to continue live their lives and live on that, valid. I don't have anything against it.
No, no, totally, totally. Like I said, it's a free world and everyone does whatever they want.
Yeah,
But it just
faking it, like faking that you're doing music and you're paying people to do music. That I have an issue with. I have to say it. But
Yeah.
if you are doing music for other people, as a way of, because you like it, because it's your job, it's those kind of things. It's okay. It's totally fine. It's a craft. So you're making your life, no issue. But well, like I said, faking that, oh, I'm this big producer, and you don't do your music and you just press play. Yeah, that kind of
Oh
makes
yeah. Oh yeah.
makes me want to say bad shit, but I'm not. I'm just gonna keep it chill. But that's the thing. Uh,
Mhm.
by the way, Lini is saying, I'm just going to read this. Lini says, I take it by his accent, Motion Symmetry is not from Wales. True. But if we can try to get in contact somehow, maybe Discord, I can point him to the right people who can help in Wales. Hard house, techno scene, just as well know everything is stuck at the moment. I know the main promoters in Wales. Awesome. I'll connect you guys. Don't worry. um, cool. See, already found some new contacts with this, which is
Yeah,
awesome.
as I mentioned, I am aware of hard housing, and stuff like that
Mm-hmm.
going on over here. It's just what I was missing is something deep techno related. But yeah, thanks for that. Yeah,
Yeah.
we're gonna
I
check some out.
Yeah, I'll get you guys in touch. Lini, Ed has no Discord. I might make him have a Discord. But he's a busy guy. Family and jobs. It's time is very scarce. But yeah, I'll try to connect you, both of you guys. And I'm happy that this is why I love streaming and I love doing stuff like this, because you end up connecting so much people, and so much good things happen out of this, man. Makes me happy. Without I don't know, it feels like magic, man. I don't know, for me it makes sense. But yeah, no, we know the only thing that I hope is, I would love to go back to gigs for sure, but I'm also patient to stay at home. Whatever we have to do to make things come back good for everyone, I'm up to that. So
Yeah, totally. It's yeah,
yeah.
it is where it is at the moment. We just need to be patient, isn't it?
Yeah, and as everything, patience pays off normally. I I believe in that. I believe in that. I believe that patience pays off. If you're patient enough, many of the times it ends up well. Being patient, not being sitting on your sofa waiting for stuff to happen. Of course not. That's nothing will happen. But patience normally pays off, in music, in your job, in whatever you're doing in life. Maybe the girl you want to chase, if you're chasing girls, but even that, like, patience plays a game in everything. I do believe that. Yeah, cool. So we're on the 2 hours mark, guys. Last questions that you wanna ask Ed about anything about his music, upcoming projects he has coming out, anything crazy, not music related. Shoot out those questions. Anyways, by the way, while people, because there is a delay when you're streaming, like, which annoys me as hell. Like, I ask people stuff and I have to wait like 20 seconds for people to reply back. So
Yeah, yeah, yeah.
you'll be like, are you guys there? Okay, but I'll ask myself while people come up with some questions they might have. What are your next steps, music wise? What are you, if you can talk about it, of course. Releases, label wise, what is happening?
Uh, well, label wise, roast is pretty much planned for the rest of the year.
Oh, nice.
Yeah, so it is busy, just steady, just
Mm-hmm.
taking a steady pace.
Mm-hmm.
Myself, yeah, I got a few things going on, a few releases on other labels. As you rightfully said, I couple are set, couple are not exactly set 100%. So I don't really want to mention it
Of
just to
course.
be
No,
clear
no,
with
no.
you.
Of course.
But for this year, I'm just exploring, just keep exploring. I'm happy with my setup. I'm learning Euro Rock as well. As everyone else probably. I just keep learning for every day. Uh, Taking it easy. Just concentrating on production. taking easy with podcasts as well because I've done so many. It wasn't that many, but I've done, I think, too many last year. So this year I'm just going, easy with that, and yeah, just taking my time and enjoy what I do because that's the main thing for me.
Yeah,
To
yeah,
enjoy what I actually do.
yeah. No, and I get and I get it as well because you have a full time job like I do, which also takes time. You have a kid, which also takes a lot of time too, as well. Family things as well. So of course, like I get that, and it makes all the sense. You have to select the right things to put your time on. Right? You cannot go all over the place. So it makes all the sense. We have a question. When you like this one? So Narrow Peak, one of our usual viewers and Discord member, is asking you biggest goal.
My biggest goal,
Biggest goal, yeah. I like these questions because these questions make you like think like, oh damn.
biggest goal in terms of music or in terms of.
Let's see what it says. Narrow Peak, music or life.
Well, if it's biggest, let's call it the biggest. Yeah, the main one. Okay, so the biggest goal is.
Music wise, but go.
I was gonna say enjoy my life. That's my biggest goal. Just keep enjoying my life. Music wise, keep enjoying producing. Because if I stop enjoying producing, I just lose my point in it. And
Do you think you'll ever lose the passion for producing?
uh, the way it's going now, no, but you never know, isn't it? But yeah, I don't think. I don't think.
I like
If
okay.
if I would be losing it, it would probably take some different shape of it, if you know what I mean.
Mm-hmm. Mm-hmm.
So no, I think it's an endless rabbit hole when you
Yeah.
just stuck, as soon as you're there, you just stuck in there.
There's like actually like for example when I was having that talk with Temuro, one of our friends is our friend. He asked us a question which was really cool. That that typical interview question, where do you see yourself in 10 years? You know,
I
like
hate those.
well, do you think like I in my head I believe that in 10 years I'll still be doing this this music, of course, and hopefully this as well. Like I enjoy doing this. I thought I didn't like it, but I do like it. But like I do like in 10 years you still see yourself doing music for sure.
Oh yeah, definitely. In 10 years, see, time goes so quick these days. I don't think much will be changed in 10 years. Because you think now it's just the 10 years, isn't it? What's that like? That's nothing. So yeah,
Yeah, yeah, and something like I don't know, we are the same age actually, and the thing is when I arrive to the 30s, time goes like this, man. So I imagine like on the 40s how that thing will be, man. Like in the 50s, I think time will go much more faster. So yeah, at the rate of time, I think I will still be doing this, even if, just as a hobby or just like a relaxation thing. I'll be doing this. Like that's the thing. Like I would love to do this out of my life. I will love to do it out of my life, and I will be lying if I said the opposite. But at the same time, I am quite happy nowadays. When I was younger, no, I hated it, but I nowadays do kinda feel myself lucky on having a job, a full time job, to get a little bit of the pressure out of having to output all the time.
yeah.
I don't know if you feel the same or not, but
It's the balance, isn't it? I think it's the main thing is the balance in your life of everything. I remember when I was DJing, 4 nights a week straight,
yeah,
starting from Thursday, so Thursday, Friday,
yeah,
Saturday, and Sunday sometimes.
yeah,
Back in my home country for like I don't know, good couple of years straight.
yeah,
I just got to the point when it was like it's not getting me anywhere. Like just like a Monday to Friday job. Like that's how it felt. Eventually,
mhm,
it wasn't taking me anywhere, and I just lost passion to it.
yeah,
That's why I sort of stopped at one point as well,
yeah.
and then moved to Wales, and blah blah blah. But yeah, it's all about balance in your life.
Yeah,
You know,
I think it's all
I
about
think.
balance, man. It's all about balance, you know. I also believe on that. Like even your mixed downs are about balance. Your life is about balance. The quantity of salt you put on your food is about balance. So it's about balance as well. But the older I'm getting, or trying to have a family and stuff like that, all those kind of things. I start to cherish more the fact that I am lucky in having a job, a daytime job, and also having time to do music. And when I was younger, like with my 20s, I was like, ah, fucking jobs. I want to music to be my main thing, and fuck jobs and all that thing, blah 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 blah. And nowadays I kind of end up saying, yeah, but a job gives you some stability, which is good, of course, but at the same time helps you balance things as well. Doesn't make you go fully nuts on some things. And like you said before, when you have a lot of pressure into having to output things, that passion that you had becomes not a passion, and becomes like a tiresome thing to do. Yeah,
Yeah, yeah.
we have questions. So let me see. We have interesting questions. So you guys took all this time to have come with questions. Next time I'll be say questions all the time. So Lapau again, music that you listen to outside of techno.
As I mentioned in the beginning, I did, and
Hip hop,
I
yeah,
listen to pretty much
yeah,
everything. It's I don't know. Like when I drive, my preference is classical music,
yeah.
as well as I know some podcasts as well. But I do like classical when I drive. I don't know why. Also, hip hop as well. I really enjoyed that when I was younger. Still do. What else? Drum and bass as well. I really listened to that at one point. Not so much anymore these days, but I do like it. Generally, I
I
do
like
like
it
it.
too. I love more jungle than clown step. Well, I also like clown step, but I prefer jungle in a way.
Yeah, yeah,
Yeah.
yeah. Also, I don't know. At one point, I really liked hard techno as well, which I still like. You know what I mean. Proper hard, like
Hard, yeah,
140 plus
yeah, yeah,
and stuff like that. So yeah, it's as I said. I think there's loads of great music, outside genres.
yeah,
As long as they produced well, it's
yeah.
and listen to a lot.
I could say I'm a music whore in a way. I like it. If it makes my head just do this, I'm happy with it. And any genre, I don't care. I honestly don't care. Uh, um, if music is good, it's good. If you like it, you like it. There's no wrong about that. Like, it's not because I always say, like, it's not like so you need to listen to techno all day to be this techno guy. No, like, of course not. Like, you should enjoy music as it is. Like, music is a hell of a gift for us, man. Like, so enjoy whatever it is, man. I love disco music, for example. I love the old 70s disco music, for example.
Funk and stuff like that.
Yeah, funk. Yeah, I love, man. I love
Yeah.
funk. I actually quite love funk as well. For example, I even love the 80s cheesy music, man. Like, it's cool, man. Those synthwave stuff and shit. Like,
Oh yeah. Oh yeah. Oh yeah.
so,
Going back to sense now.
yeah, like,
No, no, no. Yeah,
so, like,
yeah. So
what is
cool.
wrong with that? Why people have to judge another person because they uh like, I don't like trance at all, and I feel trance is cheesy in terms of music, but I don't have anything against it, and I do say I love the fact I have a lot of friends into trance. They are those guys who are always on those parties, like those nature parties and stuff. And I said, look, if you love it, man, awesome. And I heard some quite things in trance that I really thought they were kind of amazing. I was like, oh, this is actually cool as well. But, well, I just doesn't gel with me, and that's okay. It's not because it is wrong or not. No, it is what it is. So, yeah,
No, as you said, there's a loads of great music, and I don't know, it's just all this label in which I don't really like. I think it just went a little bit too far these days. People try to label.
Every yeah,
techno. There's 27,000 other subgenres, and
yeah,
I always, I to be honest, I never tried to make deep techno or something like that. It's just the closest description to my music, and that's why
yeah.
it sort of stuck to me, like, but I never tried. I was just, making something deep that I feel, and that was it, like,
That was
not to,
yeah.
to sound as techno or something
Yeah,
else,
yeah, yeah. That's it. Like I ended up doing this music because it's what I feel like. It's what makes me go forward, and ambient as well, and drone as well, and noise. But well, yeah, that's yeah, drone, noise, ambient, techno. I also like also some cheesy stuff that I do, which is not outside and it will never be, but just for me. So, man, yeah,
Mhm.
go with the flow. That's the thing. Go with the flow.
Yeah.
Don't care about what people say or judge. Like fuck that. No. Let people judge. People should look more at themselves than judging others because they like whatever that is. And yeah, in subgenres, it's becoming crazy. Question for you as well. Two questions, more personal ones. Let me see. Bombiali. Okay, Bombiali. Biggest differences in way of life between Lithuania and Wales?
Biggest difference is,
He asked hard times. I don't know what he means with hard times here, but well, biggest differences between Lithuania and Wales.
uh, biggest differences.
The
The
weather,
weather,
the
the weather
weather.
would be the biggest difference. That's the main that that clicks in my head straight away. It's like constant rain against proper four seasons,
Yeah,
with with proper winter and proper hot summer. Um, but to be honest, those winters were so long and and so cold back in Lithuania, to the point that I don't really mind rain. I enjoy rain over here. So this would be the biggest difference. Other than that, I don't know. People as well. People in Wales are much more welcoming. I think not that they're not no nice people in Lithuania, but I think they're more open.
okay, I see.
They're more open, and they just generally more. Uh, I don't know. They just smile more. Just more relaxed.
Or relaxed. Okay, no, that was his part of the question. It said hard times, the shock between cultures. Like that's what he was asking. So you're answering already. The people.
Yeah, yeah, yeah. I think that's the main difference.
Okay, yeah. And Lini asks, can you ask where Motion has decided to settle in Wales, as I can hear a Lithuanian accent mixed with a South Wales accent.
Yeah, it's just outside Cardiff. You mentioned Cardiff. Yeah, I'm just under 20 miles outside Cardiff, so it's not far from Cardiff.
Oh, okay.
Between Cardiff and Swansea, put it this way, so she should know.
Swansea, yeah. No, when all of this passes away and it's safe to travel and travel makes sense to happen, of course. I want to jump over there, man, and you'll have to take me to the Welsh nature because it looks amazing, man. Looks really
Oh,
amazing.
you're always welcome, man. Yeah.
Yeah,
Hopefully, when everything settles. Yeah, I never been to Portugal, by the way, as well. So
you should come. You should come,
yeah,
man.
this will be my plan. But yeah, yeah, Wales is amazing. Honest to God, the nature is just stunning. So yeah,
No,
loads of things to see.
in here you also have a lot of nature, different sites, of course, different sites. You you have a little bit of everything. But yeah, Portugal is kind of. No, I not say this because I'm Portuguese, no. But yeah, Portuguese people tend to also be very warm in a way. South Europeans, we have the label. It's all
Yeah,
about food, drinking, and parties. It is a little bit like that. People are more relaxed in a way. People are much
yeah.
more like, whatever.
Well, I know quite a few Portuguese people, to be honest. One of my colleagues as well. He's Portuguese, so yeah, yeah, amazing people. Yeah, yeah.
well,
As you said, yeah, relaxed and all that. And yeah,
relaxed. It's like it's okay, dude. We do it tomorrow. There's no issue. Hey, you wanna have a beer or a cup of wine? Let's go, man. People here tend to make it simple in terms of like what is life's pleasures. It happens to the Spanish people as well. Happens with the Italians and the Greeks as well. I don't know. This is why we get the South European label, which I don't get it why, but it is just the way it is. It's like, man, it's the place. I think the weather, the fact that we are a little less. We are we don't have as much money and maybe uh, evolved companies and stuff. And that but that is changing. So yeah, in the end, we're all. Well, siesta it's only in Spain, okay? We don't do siesta in Portugal at all. But that's it, man. That's it. So guys, let's wrap it up. Tomorrow you don't work, right? Tomorrow it's your day off.
Yes,
Yes,
yes.
oh, awesome. But anyways, we already been here for 2 hours and 20 minutes. I want to thank you a lot for being here with me. Um, Shout out to check Edgar's work nfree. Let me nfree.bandcamp.com, right? Or yeah,
Yes.
yes, .bandcamp.com. Let me just write here on the chat. So people can check it if they don't know it yet. We have quite some Discord users who are into deep techno as well, so they already knew you. Check his work if you like deep techno. You'll like it. I like it a lot. And man, hopefully we'll talk again this year again and see where we were this time and where we'll be the next time. Oh, and
Oh, that's
just to finish this, I have to say like the funniest thing that I made you go through was last year, man. Yeah, like I but that's the thing. That's what I love about you, man. Like okay, not the thing. I was that stupid guy who wanted to have a remix on my self release label. And I told Edgar, like, dude, I want a remix from you on my label because I want to also, I love your music, and also I want to also help spread your music into the people that like my music as well. But we have an issue. You have to do the remix in 2 days. 2 days, right? 2 days.
I mean, it was more than two, wasn't it?
I don't think so. I think it was 2 days and a half. I think because I told you this like 4 o'clock. You were like, "What, dude? You're fucking crazy," and I loved it because you went full mental. You went full like, "No, man, you're fucking me up and everything," but you took it with so much.
I hated it.
But that's the thing, and I told you that, man. You took it with I felt that you took it with so much passion and like, okay, no, I'm gonna nail this, and you came up with a fucking amazing remix, man. And you were like, oh, don't never do me that again, man. But that was super cool, man. That was super
No,
cool.
I'm really glad you like the remix. That's the main thing, isn't it? And people appreciate it as well. Nice
Yeah,
feedback.
yeah, yeah, yeah.
And yeah, and talking about tonight as well. Thanks for the invitation. It
Oh
was
man.
my pleasure as well.
Oh, that's totally fine, man.
Thanks all for questions. Yeah.
Yeah, no, I think it's good for people to also know the people behind the music. I do believe, and I think it's much more I don't know, exciting in a way. So people can hear the people they hear their music talk about things and see that we're all normal people. We all have our normal shit going on. I think that's it basically. Like we're all normal. We just do our thing, and that's part of it. It's part of who we are, and that's it basically. Awesome stuff, guys. Thanks a ton. As usual, I always ask. In Twitch, you can rate people. You can like send all of your viewers to another channel. So I always ask our viewers if there's anyone out there. If do you want me or you suggest as a raid who's online? And now we have to wait the 20 seconds until this arrives there and comes back. That's the part that I hate about this. Like, I will love this to be instant, but I get it. It's impossible because you have to process video and all. But man, sometimes I feel really bad. Like, am I alone on this stream right now? Okay, so we have a guy here, J Nothing, J Nothing, Nothing or Nothing, or J Nothing. Those usernames sometimes are crazy, man. Super crazy. Let me just go here, see if that's the thing. J Nothing. Okay, cool. I don't know what does this guy do. Okay, like it's written. Okay, so guys, once again, thanks a ton for coming up to this this in details session. Thank you, Ed, to be here as well. And for all of you guys who don't have Discord, I'll just put my Discord on the chat. Join our Discord if you like music, if you wanna have discussions about music, tips about whatever, share knowledge, learn more stuff, discover stuff. Go there. It's totally fine. It's a safe place to make questions. Like I said, there are no stupid questions. And yeah, catch you soon as well. Guys, let's raid. Oops, I just removed the raid from J Nothing. Let's raid J Nothing. So he's a VCV guy, virtual Euro rack guy. Nice, very cool. Well, once again, thanks all. Catch you. See you on Discord. Bye bye.